must know for pre-calculus 12. These are the concepts that you should remember, or at least have some idea as a review from pre-calculus 11 or algebra 1, so that you can go into pre-calculus 12 or algebra 2 easily. All right, we're going to do a quick review. There will be 3 parts, okay, and each part will have a video on its own because it's going to be very long if I do it all at once. So the first video will be the first 3 topics, the second video will be the next 3 topics, and then the last 2 topics is going to be video number 3. Make sure you go back and check each of these topics in case you need more practice or you have forgotten how it's done. I will put a link to each of these videos in the description below, or I'm going to put an end card there so that you can practice it more, because there are tons of lessons and practice questions that I go over. Make sure you do that. All right, let's start with the first 3: factoring and completing the square method, quadratic functions, and quadratic equation, quadratic formula. You need to know all of that stuff. And this, by the way, leads to understanding polynomial functions, okay, for pre-calculus 12. All right, let's start. We have this quadratic. This is supposed to be a quadratic, 2x squared plus 8x plus 3. We want to convert that to vertex form. So this is a parabola. This is a quadratic function. We want to find all x-intercepts. Then we want to say all the characteristics of this function relative to the parent function of y equal to x squared. This is a loaded question. This one question covers the entire unit of quadratic function in pre-calculus 11. Okay, so let's start up with the concept of how do we go from the general form. So this is your general form. The vertex form is given by this vertex form, x minus p all squared plus q. In some textbooks they have h and k for p and q. Same thing, doesn't really matter. All right, so it has to change the form that you see from the general form to this vertex form with the a in front. That's the expansion compression factor, and therefore you can understand if the graph is upside up or upside down. That will give us the characteristics of the graph in every way, including axial symmetry. All right, to do this we use completing the square method. Okay, so now what we do, we're going to factor 2 out first. That becomes x squared plus 4x, and we're going to leave the 3 alone outside of the bracket. All right, now the idea was we're going to add a term inside of this bracket so that this inside the bracket becomes a perfect square trinomial. What do we add? Well, we take the coefficient of the linear term 4 divided by 2 and square it, and then we add to that. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, 2 squared is 4. So we're going to add 4 there. All right, now whatever we add to this side, we also neutralize it, or we can add to the other side, but we don't want to go to the other side. We're just going to deal with the one side. So we need to neutralize that, and the trick is this. You just didn't add 4, but you add 2 times 4. You got to take that away from the same side. Okay, that's what you're doing. Now we're going to go ahead and rewrite this expression in terms of a perfect square trinomial. So the way you do that is 2 outside, and then you have to change the x squared plus 4x plus 4. That becomes x plus 2 squared. You're basically factoring that, and then minus 5. This is the vertex form of that general form of a quadratic function. Now, it says find all the x-intercepts of this. You can use either factoring, or you can use quadratic formula, and that's just easy to do. So we're going to use quadratic formula. Why not? It's easier, and it's a good review to find the x-intercepts of this quadratic function, and it turns out to be a quadratic equation, because to find the x-intercept you have to do what? You have to set y equal to 0, and this equation, the original equation, will end up being 0 equals to 2x squared plus 8x plus 3. We don't need to use the vertex form. So here it is, and the variables a, b, and c in the quadratic formula, there are the coefficients of the quadratic term, the linear term, and the constant. We're just going to plug it in there and then find out what that is as a review. So let's go ahead and plug it in. And when you plug it in, you get minus 8 plus or minus square root of b squared, which is 64, minus 4 times a, which is 2 times c, which is 3, all divided by 2a, that is 2 times 2, which is 4. Okay, when you get this, then you take out your calculators and then you can find it. So -8 plus or minus the square root of 64 minus, and that's 8, that's 24 divided by 4. And you have the two solutions. These are 1, 2. Two possible solution will be -8 plus or minus, and that's a square root of 40 divided by 4. Now, I'm going to leave that be. And you can just take out your calculators and find out the decimal expansion of the two decimal places, and that's fine. But those are the two possible, the two x-intercepts of this function. That means the graph, this parabola, goes through these specific values. And I've done the two decimal places. You can actually leave the 0.419 to 0.42 approximation, both of them. So here are the two x-intercepts. Now the last piece, it says give all the characteristics of the function relative to the parent function. So we have to look at this vertex form and then write up all the information about this function. Okay, let's do that. The number first is 2. This is your vertical expansion by a factor of 2. It is upside up, okay, because this is positive 2. All right, so all of that comes from the leading coefficient right there. Then the next thing is x plus 2. So the equation of the axis of symmetry, x equals to -2. We have the vertex is -2, -5. Now we could technically find y-intercept. That's not a big deal. Y-intercept, you set x equal to 0, you get 2 times 0 plus 2 all squared minus 5 is equal to 3. So the y-intercept is 0, 3. All the information and characteristics of this function is written. Now, could you quickly sketch that? Let's sketch it quickly. So here's the grid we have. This is your XY axes, right? I plot the points for the vertex and the y-intercept, including the x-intercepts. So basically now you have to sketch it because it is just a sketch. It's not perfect, but it has to go through these points. So here it is. And then make sure that arrows at the end, that means it goes forever. Of course, it's not dotted, but the way I'm doing it is just showing you that how it's done. All right, that's it. We've done this. Everything matches. So let's look at the next question. We have a parabola has a 0 of x -3, x5, and passes through that point. Write the equation in factored form and then expand it into general form. So we're just going to go backwards. The reason this question is important because it will lead into the polynomial function unit in pre-calculus 12, and you need to know how to do this. Okay, so here it is. First, let's write up the factor form of quadratic function, and it looks like this: x minus b times x minus c. Okay, it looks like that. That's a factor form, and a is the expansion compression factor. All right, so for now what we do have is this: a we don't know, but we do know the factors. So that would be x plus 3. So x minus 3 is one of the zeros, so you switch the sign, because remember, factors means zeros, means the y value is 0, right? So that's why you find the x coordinates, basically x-intercepts. The next one is x minus 5. You switch that, is a positive 5, becomes -5. Now, you're not done yet because we don't have a, and the question is we need to write this equation in factor form fully. Now, to solve for a, we're going to use that point 0, -3. Okay, x is 0, y is equal to -30, and that is basically your y-intercept. We're going to plug it in. So -30 equals to a, and 0 is for x. 0 plus 3, 0 minus 5. And then let's do the math. This becomes a times -15, -30, and a equals to 2. That is negative 30 divided by negative 15. You divide both sides by negative 15, right? Okay. By the way, you can say also negative 15a, but the way I've written it, I just wanted to follow the same organization. So x is equal to 2. Now we're going to go ahead and write the parabola in a factored form. And you write it as y equals to 2 times x plus 3, x minus 5. And the last part of the question, it says expand it into general form. I'm going to let you do this because it's just a multiplication from grade 9. You're just going to expand that first. Whatever you get, you have to multiply it by 2. This is what you will get. So here it is. You get 2x squared minus 4x minus 30. That is the general form. All right, this is the end of the first part. Don't forget to come back to the next part. This part 2. There are 3 parts for the review